My favorite Pride memory is my first summer in New York City. It was 1988, and all the boys came in for the Gay Pride March. It was the first time that I had ever experienced so many gay people in the same place with the same objective. It was empowering, it was uplifting, and it was in the middle of a time when we weren't supposed to be that. It gave me all of my life.
Probably the first Pride that I ever went to, I was 18, it was 1994, Spokane, Washington, and I was just on the cusp of coming out. So we're in Spokane, and the Pride Parade is starting, and you know, the on bikes always start, and they're on the motorcycles. And you know, this Harley drove up, just like, you know, engine going crazy, and these two women were on it, you know, a femme and a butch, and they had no shirts on, and their nipples were covered with electrical tape, and they just looked so free and alive and like warrior princesses. And I just was like, what is happening? I don't know what this is about, but I felt alive, and I felt free, and I felt like this is where I belong.
One of my favorite Pride memories is the very first Pride I went to here in Los Angeles. It was before I was officially out of the closet. You know, I had a boyfriend at the time, but I was never able to go into a gay club before. And I remember I went into the Abbey, the ultimate here in West Hollywood, and it was the first time that I was around so many people like me, and I, for the first time, didn't feel lonely. I was able to kind of, wow, relax and kind of put my guard down for once. That I'll never forget, my first Pride.
So when I was in high school, I did an exchange program, and I was living in Spain. And we were on a field trip in Madrid, and it was the same time that Madrid was having Euro Pride, which is literally the capital of European Pride. It's this massive celebration, and I was so in the closet. I was so afraid and ashamed and scared of who I was, but I remember hearing the music. And I had these friends who I think knew that little Raymond was gay, and they said, come on, let's just go to Pride. It's not just for LGBT people, all people can go. And they brought me there, and I will never forget rounding that corner and seeing families. I saw LGBT couples who had kids, and I saw just such a diverse group of people, and they all looked so happy, and they were all just celebrating who they were. And I never felt like that before. I never felt like I was among my own people before, and that I could just be myself without worrying what people were gonna think, or without feeling scared to be who I was. And it was in that moment, I was still so in the closet, but it was in that moment that I had that glimmer of hope, and I knew that one day I would be able to come out, and that I would be able to march with them.